Another free agent who crossed enemy lines from Detroit, where he played for the prior 3 seasons. A sharpshooter named Eric Kramer.
And he would just look at you and say, look, I'm coming to you. And no matter what, I believe in you. So when you get a quarterback talking to you in the huddle with everybody around, and he's saying, look, I'm coming to you, every play, man, it just gave you that confidence that my quarterback believes in me, and you want to go out there and make plays for him.
Eric Kramer doesn't get a lot of credit, but he played well for the Bears in just about every game he took the field for. When he retired from football, he had a lot of Bears records in their quarterback books. They were his. Opinion.
Some of the guys who'd been addicted guys, so to speak, were now gone because Dave Wanstead didn't feel that type of allegiance to these guys, and he brought in some of his guys that he had maybe seen in Dallas, and guys that he trusted, shall we say, along the way, and brought a lot of guys in. There were some trades made with the Cowboys and Jimmy Johnson, with whom Dave Wanstead had a shared career.
Wanstead made a move to bring in one familiar face from his Dallas days. Steve Walsh lost only once in 24 games as quarterback at the University of Miami. And as a sophomore, he led the Hurricanes to a national championship prominence. After making his pro debut with the Cowboys and a short stint in New Orleans, the Minnesota-born Walsh became a trusted addition in 1994 for Dave Wanstead's Chicago Bears.
We won the national championship in '87. We were 11-1 in '88, and I think those 2 seasons, I earned his respect.
Just being around these great athletes, the Michael Irvins and Alonzo Highsmiths, Jerome Browns, Melvin Bratton, all these guys that were amazing athletes, and they worked.
I mean, you had to be terrible up front to get sacked because he was going to get rid of the ball quick and he was going to make good decisions. And that gives you a chance to win at the quarterback position.
But the issue for Walsh wasn't having to battle Kramer for the top job, a situation that was nothing new for him. For more than a decade in the NFL, Walsh was a backup to top guns spanning from Troy Aikman to Peyton Manning, and worked for his evasive chance to be a starter.
When you play behind a guy like that and you see the talent, of course I saw it in Troy Aikman, I saw it in Peyton Manning, it's just amazing to see how good these guys are, and you immediately realize what elite level is at quarterbacks, and both of those guys were surely elite, and obviously Hall of Fame is waiting on Peyton Manning.
Steve was a grizzled veteran, had played at University of Miami and done great things there, was a cerebral quarterback, maybe didn't have the athletic ability that Eric had, but certainly knew where the ball was supposed to go and was a competent quarterback.
Kramer ended up being our guy. We went through, it wasn't a 94 season, I think it was a 95 season, where we ended the season only giving up maybe 11 or 12 sacks. And a lot of that was due to him. He had that area of time where he didn't play well. And I don't know, as players, if we ever thought that Walsh was going to be the man.
And for a head coach whose work history was built on defense, Wanstead took pride in his group, a unit that was ranked 10th in the league.
We had a good nucleus of defensive linemen. Spellman was really starting to come onto his own a little bit. Chris Zorich now had taken the place of the Fridge, about halfway through my first year. So Chris was starting to play pretty good. And then Al Fontenot was a young player out of Baylor. And then the leader of the group was Trace Austin.
This is the hut. Okay, I admit it. I'm that dad. I don't want to miss a moment.
With over 100 Advocate Heart Institute locations, Advocate has the most top cardiologists in Illinois.
Having a great team close to home means I don't miss this.
October 28th, quadruple bypass. I was worried, but Doc put me at ease. He said, we've done thousands of these.
Advocate Healthcare heart specialists perform more heart procedures than anyone in Chicago.
Big Hank is back.
Take one. DirecTV Now. Stream all your sports and entertainment for just $35.
Can't say all. There's no DVR, CBS, Showtime, all that great stuff. And legal is telling us we don't have a ton of sports. Let's lose that.
Stream some TV for something.
Nice.
Don't let DirecTV Now limit your entertainment. Only Xfinity gives you more to stream to any screen. Switch today for a great offer.
Proved that the NFL made a mistake by not giving him an opportunity right out of college.
Was a tough guy. You know, all these guys who play in the NFL are tough. We use that expression too much, but he in particular had battled the of being forced to go to Canada, quite honestly for no other reason than race, because the reality is he was a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Whether it was a time I had death threats in Cleveland and had to be walked off the field.
October, the Bears were still a team with an 8-4 record by the end of November, including an overtime thriller to beat a former ally, Buddy Ryan and his Arizona Cardinals. Then came a primetime Thursday night at the Metrodome, facing the same Vikings team that hurt the Bears in week 3.
It was on my birthday, December 1st, and it was a Thursday night national televised game. I think I had about 30, friends and family there, so it was a very expensive game for me because I had to buy a lot of tickets. But it was a great game, and they were so powerful offensively with Warren Moon having really a career year.
With 6 minutes left in regulation, the Bears' longtime kicker Kevin Butler tied it at 27 apiece. But with a chance to win it in OT, the sure-footed vet was unable to deliver from 40 yards out. And then, Minnesota's Pro Bowl combo of Moon and wideout Chris Carter seized the moment and beat the Bears 33-27.
I went there, I think the most passes he had ever caught was maybe 60-something passes. 122 sets an NFL record. So it wasn't I wasn't throwing him the ball, but to Chris, you would think I wasn't throwing him the ball because he felt like he was always open.
And that was the play when they needed 2 or 3 yards, that goal line, that's what they called. We had worked on it, we knew it, and obviously, Chris made the catch and Warren lays it out there like on his fingertips, and he lays out and catches the thing, to win the game.
That was a tough team. They were so talented. Warren Moon was so good. He had the ability to not just hone in on one receiver, because he could have done that because he had one of the greatest receivers to ever play pro football in Chris Carter, a former Buckeye, may I add.
Big, strong, shotgun arm. Just saw the game beautifully. Great accuracy. I mean, there's nothing Warren Moon couldn't do. Nothing. I mean, one of the greatest of all time, for sure.
When we went up to Minnesota, they had a good team. You had John Randall and those guys anchoring your defense. You had Warren Moon, you had Chris Carter, and excuse the phrase, but those guys were the death of us.
From the Thursday night triumph by Moon and the Vikings, the Bears limped through December of '94, winning only one of their 4 games to close out the regular season. But 9-7 was good enough to clinch a wild card spot. And straight ahead was a test to prove that they belonged in the postseason.
It was a game, I think, for us, what it did for us is it really built our confidence that we can play with these guys, because we did get manhandled in that first game against the Vikings, but we proved that we can play with them, and really it was a field goal away from winning. So I think that game really built our confidence.
To me, this is no hobby. It's a passion. You want people to see your work and be inspired. It doesn't matter where I am. When the Bears are playing, my game face is always on. I'm an artist and a Chicago Bears fan.
Sawyer, you're in.
Me?
Yeah, playing shortstop. Hey, ball.
With more selection and savings, you get more brushes with glory at Meijer.
Do you watch stuff on that thing?
Yes. Well, have you heard about Full Screen? Sounds familiar.
Full Screen is a subscription video on-demand platform and app available right now on your phone.
We got comedies.
And we've got dramas.
Whoa, that's a lot.
It is a lot. It's over 1,500 hours of content.
And you can browse by mood. Stop.
Eligible AT&T wireless customers can get full screen on us for 1 year, plus stream an app without using your data.
Tired of trying to hide your belly bulge? Now there's a fun, effective, and easy way to get fit and toned in just minutes a day with the Simply Fit board.
I'm Lori Grenier from Shark Tank. I like being toned, but I'm not big into working out and sweating. That's why I fell in love with the Simply Fit board.
The secret is its unique twist motion and balance board pivoting action that engages your entire core, all while having fun. Call or go online now to get your Simply Fit board for only $39.99.
In the 1990s, the Chicago Bears enjoyed only 2 playoff victories. 1994 was one of those years. The only other time was the 1990s.